What if I told you not all retirement income is taxed the same, and that choosing the wrong source at the wrong time could cost you? Think of your income like 3 buckets: one taxed now, one taxed later, and one never taxed. Knowing how to use each bucket wisely can help you keep more of what you've worked so hard to save. Teachers, you give so much every day. You're shaping lives and you're inspiring the future. But when it comes to your retirement, the path forward can feel uncertain. If you're an educator juggling demands of busy schedules and financial stress, you are not alone. Many teachers worry about outliving their savings, or managing their pension, or ensuring long-term care without burdening their family. With pensions often alone falling short, many educators struggle to bridge the gap between what they need and what they have for a secure retirement. That's where Educators Financial Foresight Weekly comes in. Each week, I'll guide you through clear, actionable steps to understand your pension and spot hidden gaps, build retirement income strategy tailored to your needs, protect your savings from inflation and unexpected costs, and plan for long-term care and estate needs without burdening your loved ones. Your career has been about making a difference. Tune in every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern on YouTube and LinkedIn. Let's build a retirement as rewarding as your career. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Educators Financial Foresight Weekly, your step-by-step guide to financial peace of mind. I am Debbie Major, your host, and I thank you for taking the time out of your busy day to join us. Today, we are going to dive into the crucial topic for you when planning for your financial future, and that's taxes in retirement. Understanding how taxes impact your retirement income is essential for effective planning and financial security. This episode will provide a concise overview of the key tax considerations you're going to face in retirement. And stay tuned to the end because of a valuable resource I'd like to give you so you have it in your hands. So here's the deal. Educators face unique challenges in retirement planning due to your varying income sources and our tax laws. Many educators are not prepared for the tax implications of their retirement income. And that's because your retirement income comes from various sources, and every source has a different tax implication on it. Your pension, which is often your most significant source of income, is generally taxed as ordinary income, just like it was taxed while you were working. Any distributions or withdrawals that you take from 401ks or 403bs or your traditional IRA, they're going to also be taxed at ordinary income in retirement. Social Security benefits may also be taxable, depending on your other income levels. So, there's the problem. You'll face taxes in retirement, and you may face higher taxes than you expect. On top of that, tax rates may need to go up due to our debt and our deficit. So what's the solution? Well, the solution lies in understanding the types of retirement income, the tax rates, and a tax-efficient planning strategy. You can diversify your income, including tax-free options like your Roth accounts, and carefully manage your withdrawals. And that way you can help to minimize your tax liability. I go into each type of tax funnel in the masterclass, which you can sign up for and watch by clicking the link in the description. Understanding tax rates in retirement is crucial. The U.S. has a progressive tax system, which means different portions of your income are taxed at different rates. Factors like deductions and credits can also affect your overall tax burden. These are the things to keep in mind to help lower and manage your taxes in retirement. For educators, key tax considerations include managing pensions, planning for RMDs, and understanding the impact of early retirement on taxes. RMDs are your required minimum distributions. Right now you're at 72, maybe when you watch this it'll be 73 years old. It's the money that the government says you must take out of your tax-deferred accounts so that you can pay taxes on it. So what you need is some strategies. You need strategies to help you minimize your tax burden in retirement. So the biggest thing to do is to consider diversifying your retirement accounts across both tax-deferred and tax-free accounts. The tax-free accounts, again, are your Roth accounts. They're your cash value life insurance. They're your HSA accounts. Those are all special accounts where you'll be able to take out money from those accounts tax-free. You also want to think about your investment accounts that'll be taxed at a capital gains tax, which is a different tax than being taxed as income and can be lower for you. That can help also diversify your taxes. And then, of course, you've got your tax-deferred savings like your 403B and 401k that we mostly think about saving in. And just remember, when you've got those accounts, you're in a relationship, you're in a handshake agreement with the government saying they're going to give you tax deferral now, and then later you say you're going to pay the taxes on it later. You also want to do the careful planning, especially now that you can get your Social Security benefits, because that can impact your tax liability. And depending on your income rate, up to 50 to 85% of your Social Security amount can be taxed. So you want to make sure that you know what your tax rate's going to be, what it's going to look like heading into retirement. You want to think about, do we think tax rates are going up? Or do we think tax rates are going down? I mean, right now we're in 2025. We know if nothing changes, tax rates are automatically going to go up in 2026. If they get extended from now, they may still have to go up sometime in the future, if you look at the way that our demographics are and our debt is in this country. You also don't want to forget about state and local taxes, because those are going to vary significantly. Your retirement location can significantly impact your overall tax burden also. So think about that as you think about, do you want to stay where you are when you retire, or do you want to move somewhere that may be less of a tax burden when you retire? Well, it's time now for Rookie's Quote of the Week. Now, when we were thinking about what quote do we want to say, we thought, there's a lot of depressing quotes out there about taxes, like death and taxes, and you can't get away from the tax man, and all sorts of fun things like that. So we want something a little more inspirational so that we don't feel overwhelmed by everything that happens, right? So Rookie and I, he said, let's go with Jack Canfield's quote. He's a motivational speaker, and he is the founder of Maximizing Your Potential. And he says, I have lived by one crucial principle since I was 24 years old. I don't blame or complain about things like the economy, the government, taxes, employees, gas prices, or any of the external things that I don't have control over. The only thing I have control over is my response to these things. I happen to agree with that. We can just go crazy trying to worry about things we can't control, when there are things we can control. We can control where we put the money. We can control how much we put away. We can, the things we can control, we can control our diversification, right? Those give us a sense of control and peace of mind, and that's what we want to do. We want to be motivated to always move forward, not get overburdened by what noise is out there and get knocked behind. All right, so in conclusion, planning is essential for a financially secure retirement. We've discussed the problems and solutions, and now let me share a story that kind of brings everything all together. So I know a retired educator, and let's call her Sarah, and she faced a significant tax burden in her first few years of retirement. Sarah had diligently saved in her 403B, but she hadn't diversified her savings into any Roth accounts. And as a result, all of her retirement income was taxed as ordinary income. and her required minimum distributions pushed her into a higher tax bracket than she had anticipated. Sarah was overwhelmed. She realized she needed to make some changes. She consulted with me, and we created a plan to manage her withdrawals. We also explored potential deductions and considered strategies for future tax years. While she couldn't change her past contributions, she gained control over her tax situation moving forward. And that's what counts. Controlling what you can control. Sarah's experience highlights the importance of early planning and seeking professional advice. Don't wait until retirement to address these issues or to be surprised by what comes along and that your tax burden is higher than you were expecting. Start now to diversify your savings. Understand the tax implications of your retirement income and create a strategy that minimizes your tax burden. Take control of your retirement finances today. I've included a free resource for you to help you see where you are and where you may need to go in your tax diversification. You can click the link in the show notes for the PDF. And if you want more comprehensive advice for your retirement, watch my masterclass that I made just for you. Well, next week, we are going to take a deep dive into Roth IRAs and Roth conversions. Don't forget, like and subscribe so you don't miss an episode of Educators Financial Foresight Weekly. We'll see you next Thursday at 11:30 a.m.